JuliAnne Murphy here with Live in La Pura Vida and South Pacific Costa Rica Real Estate. And today we're starting day one of a new series called Luxury Living in Costa Rica. So obviously this is going to be focused here in South Pacific Costa Rica with 3 different luxury products in the real estate market that I'm familiar with and that I work with. These are all via the same highest end developer that exists here in South Pacific Costa Rica between Dominical and Palmar Norte. And I've had the pleasure of working with them in the past, though now obviously I'm working on my own with my own firm. So again, luxury living in Costa Rica, and we're going to be exploring different aspects of what it means to live in luxury in South Pacific Costa Rica and in Costa Rica in general, and what that means and how it's integrated into the environment in a way that is palatable to comfort and is palatable to the amount of money you would like to have in terms of where you want to live and how you want to live in Costa Rica, but also in ways that are ecologically sound and friendly to the environment. And we'll be exploring those topics on different days and different segments. So welcome. So this day one is just talking a little bit about what luxury products are actually available here in South Pacific Costa Rica. And I'm going to be profiling over the next few days of this particular video series. I'm going to be profiling the ones that I feel are appropriate for you to know about, and as using them really as backdrops as well for this series, and they've been kind enough to allow me to do that. So thank you. But let's talk first about what kind of luxury products are available in South Pacific Costa Rica. Between Dominical and all the way down to Palmar Norte, there aren't a lot of developers. You know, in North America and Canada and Europe, we're used to having developed master plan communities or developers who have specific residential products or even commercial products or lofts, and do whether condominiums or townhomes or single family homes or luxury villas or all the way up to mansions, etc. Here in South Pacific Costa Rica, we really don't have that. There are no master plan communities, truly. We have a few neighborhoods that are high end that do have a gated kind of environment. This particular developer that I'm working with their 3 products are really the highest end in terms of a 24-hour security situation that has video monitoring and things like that, as well as some of the highest finishes that you'll see in the market and consistency of construction. Even for a luxury product, of course, the difference always is the kind of material you use, the kind of architecture you have, the kind of quality finishes that you have eventually, and that in itself is often a challenge here in Central America. Not so much in Costa Rica as in other places, but sometimes it's still not quite to the levels that we expect from other markets. So these are the kind of things that I'll be investigating and talking about using these beautiful backdrops as we talk about luxury living over the next few days in this series. But again, back to South Pacific Costa Rica, there's really only one premier developer that is at the level, the international quality level that you would expect if you're coming from another market. And that's why I'm very happy to be working with them on this series. Otherwise, your other developers are doing a very small amount of development, possibly doing a number of units, but generally 8 to 10, if that. Or maybe they do 3 or 4 at a time and have bought lots, and then over time they develop more. But generally they're what I would consider, in my 17 years of development experience in the U.S. and Panama, more of a small-time developer. So generally there's one large-scale developer and then maybe a few handful of small-time developers. And generally you need to be careful no matter where you are in Costa Rica, no matter what kind of luxury product you're looking at. You want to be careful and know who you're getting in bed with and who you're buying from. Very important. Ethics, warranties, things like that, all very important when you're buying luxury. And in South Pacific Costa Rica, this is a new kind of luxury product that's come on the market in the last couple years. In the past, most of what you had available was not to a level of luxury unless it was a one-off, like a custom home, and that was it. But you were on a dirt road and just had a single gate and no security and things like that. So a lot of those products still exist, and of course many clients want that, and that's great. But I'm going to be talking specifically to the luxury products that do exist in the South Pacific Costa Rica market, between the area that we cover, between Dominical and down south to Palmar Norte. So, LaPuraVidaCostaRica.com for more on expat living. In this particular segment, of course, sponsored by our company, South Pacific Costa Rica Real Estate, and for those websites, South Pacific Costa Rica Real Estate is Costa Rica Pacific Realestate.com, and if you want more on expat living, go to LaPuraVidaCostaRica.com. Over and out. This is day one on luxury living in Costa Rica. I may rename this, who knows, and look forward to seeing you next time.